Hello my little peaches and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another one of my Zodiac CAS challenges. So we have already done fire, which is Aries, Leo and Sagittarius, and we've already done earth, which is Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. Today we move on to air. So air is Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. I found this very confusing because I always thought Aquarius was a water like symbol. I would have swapped over like one of these two to Aquarius if I was like on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I think I'd only correctly guessed Pisces as a water symbol, but hey, I'm learning as I'm doing. So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are the three signs that we're going to be taking on today. And as always, I'm just going to be looking at the charts, looking at the planets that align to them, the kind of traits they have, and trying to create a sim based on those three zodiac signs. If this is one of your zodiac signs, go ahead and let me know in the comments below right now. I want to see all of my Geminis, Libras, and Aquariuses in the comments below. And if you are one of those star signs or you're just enjoying the series, please go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. And as always, a reminder, this is just my interpretation of them after reading a little bit about them. I'm not a pro at zodiacs. I'm kind of doing this just as a little bit of fun, a little bit of way to get a little bit more creative with my sim creations. You are free to go ahead and have a go at making your own, and I would love it if you guys tweeted me or like shared any of the creations that you guys have worked on for this as well, because the fact is we're all going to be creating something a little bit different, and that's the fun of interpretation. So I will kick things off with Gemini. So Gemini's hard because for the others, like the symbol for like Taurus is a bull, so obviously bull horns. But for Gemini, whose birthdays are between May the 21st and June the 30th, this symbol is the twins. And I've been having to think, like, what is the best way for me to do this? I have one idea that I'd like to try, so I'm going to be giving that a go. I'll explain it as we get to it. The ruling planet is Mercury, which we have had before, so it's like this grey, goldy, bluey kind of color vibes. The house ruled is the third. The element is obviously air. Mode is mutable, and the keyword is communicate. So Gemini is the sign associated with communication, logical thought process based on duality, because the twins. You can see, you can play devil's advocate with yourself because you can, like, you know, fight both sides of the argument in your head yourselves. I love that for my Geminis. And the conscious mind. So Geminis tend to be airy and intellectual, glib of tongue and curious about life and other people. They can experience two-sided things at the same time and may tend to be flighty. Honestly, I think the idea, I always try and play devil's advocate with myself, and I always try and see the other side of things. So I think the fact that this is like a Gemini trait is very cool. It's a very good skill to have. I've realized I'm kicking off with the hardest one because Gemini is a tricky little one. Okay, so see, whenever I type in zodiac colors, because a few of you guys said for Taurus the colors should have been was it red or pink? Like, I got the colors wrong because I went more orangey. But whenever I search this, you don't always get like the right colors. So here is a Gemini palette with a lot of yellow. Here is a Gemini palette with blue and green as well. I also got pink and purple here. Color spectrum of Gemini, I mean, that's every color. That right there is every color. There are no more. And Taurus is green on here. See, this is tough. This is tough. It feels like for Gemini, yellow seems to be the color I'm getting the most of. So I think I might use this yellow vibes and go for yellow as like the basis of our Gemini sim. So what I was kind of thinking is, this is just a pre-made sim. Yeah, what I was also thinking for Gemini is the way that I would get around the whole like split personality thing is actually to apply a split hairstyle and split makeup as much as I can to try and kind of show two sides, like two different sides. And I think since I've seen a lot of yellows and blues, it could be kind of fun to do yellow and blue. I mean, I obviously could just do twins or do a sim with two forms such as a vampire, but I don't know, it feels like a bit of a cop-out. I'd like to try and make the twin element be on just one sim. Again, I realize I'm making this hard for myself, but I do have a bunch of split hairstyles, so I can do like half and half on the same head. So if I interpret that yellow as like a blondie on this side, I can do the other half as like that deep blue. So that is one way that we could do things, kind of have a half and half like this. And we'll try and also do the makeup half and half. However, I'm realizing with this hairstyle, I actually can't see much of the eyes, which would make the makeup harder. This one also not showing a great deal. This one is cool, but like, I want it to be a clear half and half divide. Could do something like this. I'm really enjoying this new hairstyle from Anto. I mean, honestly, they're not the easiest two hair colors to like blend. I like this. It looks cool without the fringe because it's more of a 50-50 divide. But if you have this fringe coming over, I like that it's like, you know, we're two separate sides, but we are still the same person kind of energy. I'm also wondering whether bringing the blue up a shade is a little bit softer on the eyes, maybe. I don't know. Maybe going a little bit richer on the hair might balance it out, actually. Again, I genuinely don't know where I'm going with this one. We're just gonna keep like making it up as we go along and see what kind of sim like we end up with. And I'm just getting ideas for like facial features as well, because I kind of want to go like South Asian energies. And because the star sign is yellow and Mercury has yellow on it, I feel like those goldy eyes are gonna work pretty well for this one, for our Gemini. And I'm gonna try this two-tone makeup. I'm pretty sure I have some makeup palettes that do it. Yeah, okay. So these Proline ones do allow for 2 colors, but I kind of wanted one eye and one eye. I don't know if I can pull this off and make it look good. And maybe I dreamt having 2 different eye colors. No, I'm sure I've seen it. Oh, yes, here we go. Okay. I'm probably not gonna be able to get the color combo that I want. I want darker on this side and lighter on that side. That kind of works, but it's throwing pink in there kind of out of nowhere. Like this might be a better combo. I really wanted yellow and blue, but they don't have it. And that would be so perfect, but it's on the wrong side. So I think I'm gonna go for this just because I feel like those colors are really suiting her eyes. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Oh my gosh. So heterochromia is when you have 2 different colored eyes. It's pretty rare and it's very pretty. It's like a very pretty thing to have. I think so anyway. I had a crush on a boy with it once. So the thing is, it's not gonna match her other eye. But actually something like that's not too far off. So I was thinking it should be blue, although it also should be on the other side. So I can't flip the sides, can I? But I don't need to, because what I need to do is make her eyes blue, like intense blue or more natural blue. I'm gonna try more natural, and then I need to make this one yellow. Blue and yellow I think are also like opposite. Oh no, blue and orange I think are opposite on like the color palette spectrum thing. So they're meant to like have a good contrast with each other. Okay, natural or intenso, or somewhere in between. Intenso, natural, in between. I'm kind of feeling natural, you know? I used to use those glossy eyes all the time, and I think that's kind of why I prefer the natural ones now, just because I've done it so much. I'm just experimenting with some other hairstyles because I'm not fully convinced yet on the other hairstyle. Oh, that one's cute, but it totally hides the face. I can't have any that completely hide the face, because then like what's the point, you know? Ooh, what about something like this? That is a straight line right there. That is a straight line. No, I'm gonna stick with what I had before. I am gonna stick with where I was before, and I want her to look a little bit more serious. She's got such a smiley little mouth. I want her to look a little bit more serious, just because it seems like from the description they're quite serious, so I just kind of want that to come through as well. Okay, it's definitely an interesting look so far. It's a little bit braver than some of my other ones in some ways, but it's hard to try and show it. And I don't think I can do half and half lips. I don't think I have any half lips. So I'm thinking of just keeping the lips quite natural. I'm trying to work out other ways I can imbalance her like face. So I'm trying to look for jewelry that's like much heavier on like one side than the other. I feel like maybe that could be a good one. And then if I give her a piercing on her left, my right, and unknowingly the eyebrow piercings sit on the same side. So like left is all for one. So like if I try and give her an eyebrow piercing, it takes out the nose piercing. And I can't decide which one I like more. I kind of want to do both. I think I'm actually, you would usually go nose. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit and I'm going to go for eyebrow instead. And okay, clothing. I guess I'll maybe go back to the Mercury and the colors that we were going for before, and maybe we go for like a goldy sort of dress. I also feel like, you know, it's twins. A lot of like femininity maybe there as well. Airy and intellectual and curious. Okay, we're going for like beautiful dresses for everyone. Because I'm kind of going a little bit like, you know, Grecian goddesses kind of vibes, but I've got to find a dress that feels right for Gemini. This one's got the blue and a bit of a goldy look, I guess. This one's like white and gold. And then I was thinking maybe something like this, because the dress is asymmetrical, which kind of goes with the whole twin 2 sides thing. But I don't know, I've not found anything that like feels right yet. Because then I was kind of thinking, like, work with me on this, give me a sec. Communicator, social butterfly, wings. However, the wings are kind of messing with the hair. The hair isn't going to work with the wings. So I would have to completely find new hair to do the social butterfly thing. But I feel like otherwise there's not much mythicalness. It's kind of fun. Like we've done something a bit mythical with everybody else. So the idea that Gemini is a communicator and a social butterfly whilst also having these 2 halves, I thought that was kind of fun, but now I'm worried that we're losing the twin element. I don't know. Literally, there is an aspiration for kids in the game called social butterflies. So, you know, it kind of works. I could go for something like that. Blue and blonde, which is like yellow. Honestly, this one looks so good on her. Like she suits that one so much, but I have to try and at least stick to the colors somewhat. So could try that. And then what dress is not gonna mess with these wings? Like this is very asymmetrical, so that could kind of work. Nice, nearly done. But then this one's super asymmetrical because like this side's got so much more on than that side, but I can't change the color. Oh my gosh, I'm literally panicking so much over Gemini. I really want to get her right. That kind of works as well. If this bit up top was yellow, it would be so much better. Unfortunately, it's not. It's white, but that's really asymmetric. Like, and that's kind of what we're going for, 2 halves. So let me see if I can get maybe some jewelry that's more yellow to bring the yellow back in a little bit. Also, I've lost a piercing. How did I lose my piercing? I do not know. But look again, asymmetrical jewelry. So we've got the pearls, but only on one side. I do wish this hair was darker, but I just can't get it to work. Oh no, the nose piercing went because I put the eyebrow piercing on. Now I remember. And then I'm gonna see if I can add some tattoos to one side of her body. And then I think we're done. I gave her a little crown just because Gemini's queens. And let me see if I can get really one-sided tattoos, but they'll also kind of suit the look. I'm so obsessed with symmetry that I've never even tried to make a sim in this form before. It feels super weird, but kind of fun. I have this, but I mean, it's kinda a lot. It's kinda like just a straight up line. No, I don't like that. So I might go for something like this instead. So we've got tattoos on one side, and also I put this like little, almost like a line separating the 2 sides. Just like a little head detail, face detail there as well. And I think we are done with Gemini Zodiac. So I give all of them the spellcraft and sorcery, like arcane zodiac knowledge. And okay, Gemini we know is a good communicator, so I guess that means kind of outgoing from socialization. When their social need is low, they get negative moodlets. I feel like that's right. Woohoo! They're also intellectual and curious too, so I'm gonna go for the genius trait, so for that intellect. And for curious, I'm kind of tempted to go for bookworm, because I feel like if you're curious about stuff, you research, or like if you want to learn things from other perspectives, you kind of go to books. So I think I'm gonna go bookworm as well. Do those things feel like they describe you as a Gemini? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If there was another social one, I think I would go for that over the bookworm, because I feel like I've got 2 that are quite similar there. But there's nothing else here that really has like the social element, other than I guess insider. Happiest when surrounded by friends. Okay, yeah, actually that makes sense. I'm gonna go for insider, just because surrounded by friends, communication kind of work as well. So here is Gemini. Honestly, I found Gemini really hard, like really hard, but let me know if you feel like it's got the whole 2 halves of the whole, 2 individuals, 2 mindsets, 2 different ways of viewing the world in one sim, and we've tried to do that with asymmetry. So let me know what you guys think of it in the comments below, especially if you guys are Gemini. Please go ahead and let me know if you're happy with your representation in my Zodiac challenge, and let's move on to our next sim. Okay, so clearly I have a new outfit on. Yes, I got the sheep jumper that we've all been suggested a million times on Instagram. So Gemini took me a lot longer than I expected. I really struggled with that, but coming back today, I am happy with the way that Gemini looks, which means that today we move on to Libra as the next part of our air zodiac. So Libra's symbol is the scales. Okay, that's kind of hard to show, but I'll have a think. The ruling planet is Venus, the house ruled is a 7, the element is air, the mode is cardinal, and the keyword is relating. Libra is the sign of harmony and relationship and strives for balance between polarities. Librans are known for their good taste, elegance, and charm. Their natural mode of living is in partnership with others. Oh wow, this is clearly not Alexi. They are concerned with issues of social justice and are natural diplomats. They may also struggle in making firm decisions. Okay, so I like that a lot of the air symbols seem to be very relationship, conversational, communication kind of driven. Libra is the scales. When I think of the scales and this idea of like social justice and kind of like living in partnership, for some reason I think of, is the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, with the blindfold over the eyes. So I might explore that idea a little bit. Okay, so Venus is the planet. From space, it's kind of light looking, but actually it turns out it's a hot, hellish volcanic planet. So I think we should kind of look at the hot, like reddy colors a little bit. Also consulting my little chart from before. Libra, ooh, Libra has pink on here. Okay, so pinks, reds, Maybe a blindfold as well. Okay, we've got something to start with. As well, with all of these, we've kind of gone a little bit like rogue and fantasy element with the with each of the star symbols. So I'll try and do something along that line as well. And I actually do think I have a blindfold, but I'm gonna make the whole face first and then apply the blindfold. I'm pretty sure the blindfold is from Nier Automata for some reason. I just have that in my game. So if it is in here, I'll try and dig it out. Otherwise, this is kind of making me think of a pair of scales. I don't know where I'm going with this, but it kind of looks like that. Like I'm imagining golden scales and these two being like, you know, the things that like show how far along the scales. I don't know. Like I said, we're just spitballing. We're just spitballing. I do think this is really cool though. Plus, I can't actually see the blindfold that I was hoping to use. Unless it's on accessories here. It's under glasses. Okay, so I can put a blindfold on. Boom. Or with this kind of a blindfold as well. Either way, Justice is supposed to be blind and they're concerned with areas of social justice, natural diplomats, like diplomats. I feel like politics and justice should be blind, so I really like the idea of throwing in a blindfold this time. And I can actually put this on with the gold hat as well. Okay, we can go quite fiery with Libra, which I'm excited about. Also because the Statue of Liberty was a gift from the French, right? In my head, this Libra is French. So if you're French, this is for you. And in my head, I'm trying to create a face that's like sweet. Oh, you have Elphias. I'm sorry about that. Did not mean for that to happen. I'm trying to create like a head that's a face that's sweet, but also like fair. That's my like vibe that I'm trying to go for. And I didn't realize you could oh, that's what I'm doing. I'm like, what am I changing every time I change the ears up close? And then I realized what it was. Kind but fair. Like that's how justice is in my head, you know? And I'm kind of thinking if we go pale pink on the dress, we can go like a bit of fire in the hair and do things that way. And I'm doing the eyes, but honestly, I'm probably gonna cover them with a blindfold, which is sad because I actually really like the shape of our eyes, but we're probably not gonna see them. But I'm gonna make all of the changes like with the eyes shown, so you guys can at least get an idea of what the face looks like underneath that blindfold. Okay, so here is how we're looking so far. Does she look French? Can you look French? I don't know. I often think that can people look at a face and like see an English face or like see an Irish face? I don't know. I don't think you can. I think people's genetics tend to be so blended that it would be pretty hard to see that kind of thing. Our family actually do have a tiny percentage of French blood because the French did land when my family lived in Ireland on my mum's side. Interesting facts. Landed is a really nice way of putting it as well. Okay, so here is her face. I feel really sad that I now have to hide, but I really like I know it's overdone, like it's very cliche. I'm not original, that's fine. I like the idea that justice is blind. So this one's smaller, but this one's kind of more epic. So I'm gonna do the blindfold, but why don't we try and figure out a hair that's actually gonna work with the blindfold? So up hairs will work quite well. Down hairs work too, but we do have this at the back. I kind of wish it didn't have this little halo effect, but oh well. And I kind of want it to go quite fiery on the hair. I wanted to get the Venus in there with the hair. So something like that I actually really like. That works well too, but it's cropping a little bit here. Should I put the headpiece on as well? If we do decide to go full on, like, we should, right? We should go pretty intense with it all. And oh, okay, so the eye thing is gonna mess with this. There's no way around that from what I can tell. Unless I just went black with the whole thing, which I don't think I want to do. I do want some gold in there. So look, if I take this off, it's fine. But I can't have both. Oh man, this is hard because I really liked the whole, because yeah, I thought, am I misremembering this? But I knew that the Statue of Liberty had, it's like a crown, right? Around the head. So I wanted to do something along that theme. I always thought it had a book as well, but it doesn't. It has, so I thought it had scales, but it has a book and a torch. I don't know why I thought it was holding scales. Is there a statue of someone holding scales? Oh, that's just Lady Justice. Ah, look, so blind. I knew I was ripping the idea off from somewhere. Okay, so, sword and scales for justice. I'm blindfolded as well, obviously. So if I just chuck that on for a second, how about the other blindfold? It's not as bad, and we get to see the eyebrows still. I think it's worth having the weird colors going into it if it means actually getting it on there. I don't mind it. Oh, and I could go pink on the hair and red on the dress. Oh, it's really hard. It's hard to know what to do. Also, I can't put makeup on her eyes because you're not gonna see them. So there's not much point in doing that. Ooh, that looks quite cool though. Oh, that. Ooh. Let me see if I can find a dress for her. I'm kind of thinking like a very silky, soft, like pink dress. Too shiny. That's the non-shiny version, but I was thinking more less structured, less like of this kind of business here. Yeah, maybe something like that. That looks really cool. Oh, wow. That's pretty, but it's very booby. Very booby. I think I prefer this on her. So I feel like we've got the scales in there. We've got the Venus colors in the hair. We've got the pink of the Libra color. So I am just gonna finish accessorizing because I didn't get a chance to put like her lipstick on or anything. I'm kind of thinking maybe lipstick to match the hair. Or do we go paler to match the dress? Yeah, I think matching the hair looks really pretty. But I'm gonna go for a glossy, non-glossy, glossy. I think I'm gonna go for glossy just to make it stand out a little bit more. And I know this is kind of dark, but I'm gonna put like almost like the makeup spilling because like, I don't know, like weeping for justice kind of thing. Am I taking this quite far? I am, but let's face it, the world is not very just. So I would just, at this point, I realize I'm kind of making Lady Justice rather than Gemini, but I'm really enjoying leaning into this theme. And I want to make things as like fantasy-esque as possible. Ooh, and this necklace that kind of comes down over the front of the dress. There's a bit of boob clippage, but it does look quite cool. What if I flatten her chest a little bit? Yeah, if I give her like a flatter booby area, then the necklace shows the whole way down. And I actually think like that look on chest, so it looks really cool as well. So I think we are done with our Libra sim. So I know I've gone very Justice vibes on her, but hopefully you like her. This is Libra Zodiac, and I give all of them this one right here, which is the Spellcraft and Sorcery, because we're going fantasy-esque with them. And from what I'm reading, and Libras, feel free to correct me here, but they strive for harmony and relationship and balance between polarities, good taste, elegance, and charm. Social justice, diplomats, struggle in making firm decisions. Man, it's kind of hard to apply that to traits. It's all like so vague. I think because of the good taste, elegance, and charm, I kind of see maybe a perfectionist energy coming through there. But maybe the other flip side to that is a bit snobby because they have this good taste, elegance, and charm. But then I think because of the social justice and like obviously literally the whole justice element, I feel like good has to be in there as well. So Libras, what do you think of my Libra blindfolded? The head thing is meant to represent the scales. Like I know it's like, so when you have the scales thing, there's a little thing that tells you which side it's at, so that's what these are meant to represent. Just like it's very abstract, and then we've got the blindfold on there as well. It all looks like it's like one complete headpiece, which I actually kind of like. We've got the red of Venus and we've got the pink of the Libra color. Let me know what you guys think. I feel like for my air ones so far, I'm like, Gemini, social butterfly, and Libra, Lady of Justice. I've gone very abstract this time around, but I kind of enjoying it. Okay, so on to our final zodiac for the air section now, which is Aquarius, which confuses me because I genuinely thought Aquarius was a water one. I don't know. I just did. But Aquarius is people born between January the 20th and February the 18th. The symbol is the water bearer. So that's where the water comes in. The ruling planets are Uranus and Saturn. The house ruled is the 11th. The element is air. I did not know that. Mode is fixed and keyword is network. They're such communicators. Honestly, all of the air symbols are just PR queens, literally. And Aquarius have a rebellious nature. Woo! Eccentric, spontaneous, and original. They are forward-thinking and innovative. Aquarians are scientifically minded and logical and confident in manner. They can appear to be emotionally detached, yet they truly value social contact and the spirit of humanity. Aquarius sounds so vibey. Okay, so this one could definitely be fun. Ruling planets are Uranus and Saturn. Okay, so Uranus is blue. Such a child. And Saturn is like yellowy, but also with a bit of blue energy as well. So blue vibes I'm getting straight away. And that makes sense because the color of the zodiac and that makes sense because the color that is given for this zodiac in particular is this kind of like blue. Well, I mean, it's just straight up blue. It's not kind of blue. That right there is what you would call blue. So very strong blue energy for this one. And also water bearer. How do I get across a water bender energy, you know? I'm gonna have a thing. And I like this whole rebellious nature as well. That is a lot of fun. Okay. I know it's a little bit cliche, but I want to kind of show the like rebellious vibes with, I mean, it's an excuse for me to put some tattoos and piercings on, so I'm very there for that. And I'm wondering whether to go blue hair or use satin for the hair color, but then Uranus for all of the accessories. We have already technically had blonde. I mean, we've literally had blonde and blue here for Gemini. Gemini's color was yellow. I'm now wondering if maybe Gemini's not enough yellow. I did want to show 2 halves though. I mean, this one literally took me like 12,000 years, so I'm kind of scared to go back to it, but I wish there was like a yellow version of this dress. Maybe something like that would work better for Gemini then. I'm just worried about going too similar. Or maybe like this, because then it's still asymmetrical, but it's more yellow. And I don't think we've had this dress yet, so... She was wearing it. I can't tell though, because I did everything on her swimwear outfit. Smart clap. So yeah, I know I don't usually go back, but I want to make sure that all of our colors are more defined this time, because I know you guys mentioned last time that Taurus should have been more green / pink. So yellow for Gemini, pink for Libra, and then let's go blue for Aquarius. And I do want to kind of get this like cheeky, rebellious kind of vibes as well. How do I show water bearer? Because we've had like 2 halves, like two halves of soul incorporate in one body, and social butterfly. We've had justice that's blind and is wearing the scales on her head. Water bearer, like unless I literally put a jug in her hands, I don't know how to do this, because I've already done a mermaid as well. So I've got to be careful not to just do mermaids for everything that includes anything to do with water, but maybe I do like water markings instead. I don't know. I kind of like this lychee skin on her. I feel like that is like a vibe. That looks really good. Although it is making me want to switch out her nose a little bit. And I'm going to put little dimples on her face as well, because I always think dimples are kind of cheeky looking. As a dimple owner. Ooh, this softens up the nostrils a lot. I like that, because the nostrils were so strong. Wow, that looks so much better. And I'm going to do like smirk. So like one corner is like lifted, just because I think it looks quite cheeky. And I also think I'm going to switch out her eyes to these more like mystical, mythical ones, just for a bit of extra cheek. And makeup, okay, I need to try and get water across in her makeup. So this is pretty strong, but like if you bring it down and apply it like a little bit softer, I think that's pretty. Ooh, she's cool. I like her already. I'm trying to give her like makeup with a cheeky energy about her. I also have these that I do think are very cool, but I don't know if I'm just putting them on because they look cool or because they look rebellious. What do you guys reckon? This one has 2 little like moons, which you could imagine as the 2 different ruling planets. I don't know. I guess you could do it really lightly. That's kind of cool. Oh, I don't know if it just looks like she's got drawings all over her face. I really like how she looks, but I'm not getting like strong water bearer energy. I kind of feel like if her hair looks like flowing water, that could help. So I'm thinking something quite long and flowy, and that's definitely very long and very flowy. Ooh, that one as well coming to the front. See, that could kind of work. What do you guys reckon? They do also have this hair in blue, which does kind of look like water, but it's also very similar to her hair. Then I was thinking, can I get a hair that goes blonde to blue? A bit like, you know, the old school Lilith hair? Ooh, or something like this as well. Ooh, can I get this but with the blue tips? But then I definitely want to put something like this on. That's just so cool, and it actually comes from a mermaid pack. And I don't know, it feels very Aquarius, but I have to pick that over like that, which would be a good way to get the blue in there. So it's kind of hard. What do you reckon? That hair, oh, her cheek comes through it. That hair or this headpiece? I'm kind of thinking the headpiece. I'm sorry, but that looks really cool. And then I still need to get like her rebellious nature across. Okay, I'm actually gonna do something big for me and not put piercings on her face. I tried it. I tried eyebrow, under eye, septum, nose ring, and lip ring. And I'm actually just gonna put this like chain across her face instead, because one, I think it looks kind of cool. But 2, it's something a bit different. Like, it's so easy to be like rebellious. I'm gonna put loads of piercings in. I still might put tattoos, but I'm trying to like break out of my shell a little bit. Try some newish stuff. I feel like there's definitely something I should do that makes her more water vibes though, other than just putting big old mermaid, like mermaid ears on her. I could put like scales to give her water energy. That could work as well. Stop saying energy, Claire. Because I honestly would just get a hold in a jug, but I don't have a jug. Although I do like the tattoos. And we're meant to have a bit of a rebellious vibe about it. I'm gonna keep the scales. I know it sounds weird to say, but I'm gonna keep the scales just for now, because I don't want to go full like mermaid vibes on her, but maybe just like a bit of sea, like a little bit of sea could be kind of cool. I also have this like bottom piece. It's meant to go around like mermaid fins, but it could always go around a dress instead. It's kind of wild, I know. And I want to see if I can find a dress that looks, again, the dress is going to be blue and I want it to look like flowing water. Like this, but in blue would have been perfect. But unfortunately it's in purple, so not so perfect. Well, that's Elsa's dress. A dress that looks like flowing water. It's kind of a tall order. Oh, you're doing something cool at the bottom here. The like scales have gone onto the bottom of the dress. I know that's kind of wild, but I thought it looked like waves, like loads of individual waves. I don't think it's right, but I just wanted to show you guys it. I mean, that's kind of like water pouring, maybe? I don't know. Oh, that one looks quite flowy. Okay, that one just, as soon as I put that one on, that one just looked perfect. Okay, just so I can double check, I'm gonna try it without the fins real quick at the, what's it called? The scales, and see which look I prefer. So scales, no scales. And then on a face, scales, no scales. I get that she's not a water symbol, but I almost want to give her it just as like a reminder to me that I thought that it was one of the water zodiacs. It's like a little Easter egg sort of thing. So I'm kind of tempted to do that. And I know some of you guys are gonna definitely hate the scales. Oh, I don't know what to do. I just think it looks a bit more interesting with them. I think it's really cool. I'm sorry, I know some of you guys are really not gonna like it, but I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for the scales. I'm sorry, I just really like them. So Aquarius Zodiac is also done. Let me know if you love or hate the scales in the comments. But I'm going I'm slowly getting more and more mythical as we go along with this. I mean, I literally did a centaur in episode 1, so maybe not. And rebellious nature, eccentric, spontaneous, and original. Forward-thinking, innovative, scientifically minded, logical, confident, emotionally detached, but value social contact. Okay, so I'm thinking self-assured, definitely. It also says like eccentric, spontaneous. The closest you really get to that in Sims is erratic or maybe childish. I don't know. I don't think it's childish to be spontaneous and eccentric, but I'm just trying to work out what the closest one is. I'm gonna go for spontaneous. Ugh. I'm gonna go for erratic just because of the eccentric thing. I think because of the scientifically minded, logical thing, I'm kind of tempted by geek just because I like the idea that they are like, you know, the closest you can get again with science is geek. Unfortunately, there's nothing else that really like fits that silo very well. So, okay, we've got a self-assured, erratic, geek. It kind of is a bit mad scientist energy. But I sort of love that for her. So here she is. This is my Aquarius. I have decided to keep the scales. I'm sorry, I just like them a lot. So if you're an Aquarius, let me know what you think of our Aquarius Zodiac sim in the comments below. Do you like her? Do you feel like she represents you guys? Do you feel like you can relate to her? Also, Libras, let me know what you think. This one is like one of my most extreme and high fantasy, but I also kind of love our Libra as well. She looks really tall. Here is our Libra Zodiac. Let me know if you're a Libra, what you think of her in the comments below as well. She does have the whole headpiece. It just goes off the screen because it's actually so big. And she's got a beautiful dress as well. And then finally, our Geminis. Do you feel like both halves of your soul have been represented in this? And are you a social butterfly? Do you feel like a social butterfly? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below as well. Which one of these three was your favorite? Please let me know in the comments below. And I hope you guys enjoyed our 3 air zodiacs today. We move on to the final ones in the next episode, which is going to be the water zodiacs. I'll be doing that on the next CAS Monday, so keep your eyes open for that. And I'll see you guys in another video. Bye!